for Exeter City Council. First item on the agenda, apologies.
Apologies, Chair, from Councillors Branston, Buswell, Denning and Lance.
Thank you very much. Item 2 on the agenda, declarations of interest. So anyone has any peculiar interest can make an area before the item is heard. And under the Local Government Access to Information Act 1985 exclusion of the press and public, we have no items that should fall in part 2. So our first item on the agenda is item 4, our first and only item on the agenda is item 4, which is planning application number 20/1446 102 Main Road, Exeter. Would you like to take the presentation?
Thank you, Chair. Application 102 Main Road, Exeter, in Pinhole, for the construction of a new dwelling with parking, landscaping, and associated work. You should be able to see on the plan the area of the site outlined in red and the context showing in Main Road, Pinhole. And that's slightly easier to understand. Aerial photograph. The site itself is actually to the right of the label that says 102 Main Road, Pinhole, which you can see is the thatched building. And to the right of that, to the right of the plot, is St Helena, which is the nearest dwelling. So a series of photographs. On the top left, you can see thatched listed dwellings, which are to the south of the application site. Top right, you've got the application site land itself. You can just see the neighbour, St Helena. Bottom left, you can see and the right-hand side of the photograph is the access to the site. The left-hand side is again St Helena. And bottom right is the actual access to the site as it is at the moment. In terms of policy, the policies are listed on the right-hand side. These are the same ones that appear in your report on the agenda. And the left-hand side, you see the plan showing the site in the context. Constraints of the site. This is a drawing provided by the applicant's agent showing the access onto the busy road, trees, and the buildings on either side, particularly noting the potential impact on the overlooking privacy of St Helena. Proposals for a new 2-storey, 4-bedroom detached dwelling house with a private garden, with its own parking and a turning head and site access widening works. Proposals for a contemporary design and use of high-quality material finishes with an integral garage, cycle parking and bin storage. Again, it's a proposed site plan. A ground floor plan showing entrance, lounge, open plan kitchen, living dining room, utility room, WC, covered deck, patio area, carport, bicycle store and bin store. And above that, first floor, a landing, master bedroom, and 3 further bedrooms, family bathroom. South elevation, this is actually the one that faces the listed thatched building, so facing south. North elevation, facing St Helena. The east elevation, which is the back of the house. And the west elevation, which is the one that faces the road. And a street elevation which shows the proposed dwelling and its relationship with St Helena to the left in the photograph, the drawing, and the thatched listed building to the right. Illustrative image showing what the scene, the dwelling would look like from, well, not quite from the main road, but on the west side of the site. This is a drawing shows the visibility displays as proposed, which are a significant improvement on the existing visibility access into the site. In terms of consultations, The county highways have no objections, subject to implementation of conditions related to the provision of the visibility and parking zone within the site. We consulted East Devon District Council because it's near the boundary with East Devon. They have not responded. The Environmental Health team recommend conditions relating to construction working hours in the interest of community neighbours. And the County Heritage Officer advises that the heritage impact, bearing in mind the proximity of the proposed dwelling to a listed building, is less than substantial and raises no objection. There have been 12 contributions from local residents, 11 objections and 1 support. The reasons are set out here, but they're also the same ones that are set out on your agenda. And the recommendation is, again, as set out on the agenda, to grant planning permission subject to conditions. The justification being as set out in the Office of Observations in the report. I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Roger. Does anybody have any questions or clarification for Roger at the moment? No. In that case, I have 2 councillors seeking understanding orders. That's Councillor Harvey and Councillor Wood. Do you have a favourable way which way you'd like to come forward first? Thank you. As you know, you have no time limit, but you know, you've also sat on the planning committee, so don't go on and make it succinct. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Chair. Good evening, councillors. I visited this site on a couple of occasions because I was asked so to do by the residents who are, put it bluntly, distraught. I've looked at it, and having been a member of the planning committee for some time myself, I understand the limitations. This is not a sustainable development. My understanding is that the Highways Authority believe that you can walk and cycle from here by using pavement on the other side of the road. Complete tosh. Because of the building and development that has gone on around this area, the B3181, the road here we're talking about, at 8:30 in the morning is jammed solid from the Sainsbury's junction, where the 3181 meets Pinhoe Main Road, up and over the railway line by Pinhoe Jubilee Club, up and over the double roundabout where the Portimore Arms used to be, up and over the hill, down the other side, through Westcliff, over the motorway bridge and virtually into Broadcliff. Now you tell me, with that level of traffic coming into Exeter, how anybody can get a cycle or a pram or children across that road safely without causing what nobody I understand has yet managed to define as a severe impact on traffic. Then it is beyond me. It simply is not sustainable. If anything, this development would require a pavement to be built in front of all the other houses to meet up with the pavement on the eastern side of the B3181. So it's not sustainable. Secondly, I'm very pleased to see from the late papers, as you will have noticed, that the telegraph lamp standard now has to be removed. Those of you who've been to delegated briefing will note that I requested that on 2 separate occasions, but I still believe that the visibility display, despite the county's protestations that it will be accurate, will simply not be safe enough to allow accurate access, particularly with the level of traffic. Secondly, scale and massing and size of the development. Standing in and on the site where it is to be built, a 2-storey home, as you will see, can we go back to the picture where it shows, that picture, a 2-storey home is absolutely massive and dwarfs the building below it. It simply isn't an appropriate size for that plot. I have no difficulty in something being built in that plot, but it needs to be either sunken down or smaller. So those are my 2 major objections to this particular building. That it is unsafe, and if this council is serious about its 2030 zero carbon application, then we need to ensure that every development is walkable and cycle accessible. And I simply don't believe this is. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Wood.
Thank you, Chair. I'm very much in agreement with what Councillor Harvey has said. One of the major issues that I have with this development, and you will have seen it from the photographs earlier, because the diagram here really doesn't do it justice. This is a very difficult road, this is a very difficult property to enter at the moment. It definitely is. What the county council's assessment said was, although the proposed splay isn't quite as good as we recommend, it's better than it is. Is that really the basis on which you should make an assessment? It's not what we wanted, but it's better than it's there at the moment. But if you have a look at the way the road is laid out, there is no pavement. And as Councillor Harvey said, in the mornings and in the evenings, it's solid traffic, not standstill, but solid. So you can't cross that road. If you can't cross that road, you end up walking alongside it. And if anybody has been on that road when there are two buses coming towards each other, there isn't a lot of space left for pedestrians against walls. The key thing they do is avoid each other. You also get agricultural traffic down this road, and tractors are pretty big vehicles to have going past you within feet when you're walking without a pavement. All of that, I realise, is under Devon County Council's assessment, and they've already said it's safe. It's not. I know you can't overrule them, but I think the measurements they've made, I have issues with the measurements they've given. Even if I take those measurements as correct, it's very difficult to see how it's not as good as we want it to be, but it's better than it currently is real justification. In addition to this, the massing of the building is quite extreme. It's a tall, solid building, and as we saw from the diagram before, the mass is very obvious. If you're in the garden below, in the property adjacent, you will really be overshadowed by this building. It will block your light. It will take away the general kind of ability to enjoy your garden, and I believe from an email I received that it's actually directly overlooking somebody's bedroom. In addition to this, if you're trying to get in there or out of there in a busy traffic period, actually climbing up into that property, you've got to raise your vehicle 10 feet. That's quite a drive up from a busy road. So if you're coming from Exeter and you want to go across, and there's a small gap, it's just asking for road accident in my view. And I know from other applications that I've talked on in Pinhoe that there's absolutely no problems with traffic in Pinhoe. Well, I'm sorry, there is. There is. The cumulative effect of the development we've had is extreme. I wouldn't normally talk against an infill or brownfield site. What I want to try and protect in Pinhoe is the greenfield sites that are so precious to us. But that's no reason to just let any infill or any brownfield site go by if it's not appropriate, if it's not well designed, and if it's not right for that location. This isn't well thought through. I don't agree with the measurements given. I have real suspicions that they're not accurate. And in addition to that, the massing is extreme, and for me, it feels like a road accident waiting to happen, either pedestrian to vehicle or vehicle to vehicle. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Wood. We normally offer questions following speakers, but Councillor Harvey has moved quickly. Does anyone have any questions for Councillor Wood or Councillor Harvey? Oh, hello. Councillor Bayat has a question for which one of them?
Well, to Councillor Wood.
Okay. Do you mind, Councillor Wood? Thank you.
Right, you told this is a full planning application and not outline, so I'm assuming all the measurements and the details are there, except you said that some of the measurements were quite right. Can you tell us which measurements, in your view, are not correct? Because we've got the officer here, we can put that right now. Because yes, if I was minded to approve it, I certainly wouldn't want to approve it if the measurements are wrong, or if those measurements were going to impact on the name or something else. So if you could tell us which ones are those that are wrong.
Thank you. The first thing is obviously the measurements that were requested were 43, I think, metres, the distance you can see the vehicle from either side. This is within that anyway. It isn't meeting the specification as required. But I believe that the vision going downhill, down out of Exeter, I don't believe that vision, that measurement is as it's given. I don't think it's correct. I'd like it to be. I'd like to see that redone. I'm not convinced.
Roger, Clotland, do you have any response to that?
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, this has been an issue for some time. As set out in the report, the visibility display does not meet the County Council's normal standards for a visibility display, but for reasons that they've made clear, they think in this case that the improvements that are proposed are justifiable for recommending approval of this scheme for one additional dwelling. Now, as to whether the drawing is accurate or not, we've been in dialogue with the county very carefully about this, because we knew that it was going to come up as an issue, and they assured us that they're satisfied with this, and we have no reason to disagree with them. Thank you, Chair.
In a moment, you can come back when you're asked to speak, but unfortunately we don't have audience passes. Right, you'll get your moment in a second. Okay. Councillor Henson? Councillor Henson, can you, I was supposed to say this at the beginning, can you take masks off when you're speaking? Because as you know, it's not
I complain to you last time. I would like to ask Councillor, would you, I mean, both councillors have put emphasis on the pavement on that side particularly, and yet there is a pavement on the other side. So why wouldn't one cross over? You wouldn't walk with the traffic, surely. Is there a pavement on the other side?
Councillor Henson. Thank you for that. What I said was that there is no pavement on the side that the construction is planned. Yes, there is pavement all the way on the other side. My issue is that at certain times of the day, that road is absolutely rammed full, and it is extremely difficult to cross two lanes of traffic to actually access that pavement. That's the difficulty. What Councillor Wood said was then that people, because they'd have to wait so long, would be tempted to walk on the side of the road where there is no pavement, thus putting themselves in extreme danger, because they would find it extremely difficult to cross that road.
Councillor Mitchell.
Thank you, Chair. Just following on a clarification from what Roger said for Councillor Violet's question. In regard to these distances and measurements which are disputed by Councillor Wood, are they independently verified, or are they only supplied by the applicants and not checked by either authority?
Thank you. They are verified by the Highway Authority. So the drawing, the one you see before you, was submitted by the applicant, but it's been verified by the Highway Authority before they gave us their advice.
Could you clarify what you mean by verified? Are they physically checked at the site, or just looked, or the documents just checked?
I'm afraid I don't know on a case-by-case basis whether I'm sure they should do site inspections, but I don't know whether they did in this case.
I think it's like anybody else that we consult with. If they say it's right, we have to trust that it's right. It's not our job to doubt them. Public speakers speaking tonight. I've got David Lawrence speaking with the objector. If you'd like to come to the front and take a few minutes to make a speech, you get 3 minutes. I'm afraid you don't get a free run, and we will give you a shout when your 3 minutes are up, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Can you sorry, can you take them off? Right. You're far enough away from all of us, isn't it?
Okay, right. Safety to me and my family is the main issue here. The building proposal inflicts extreme danger on myself and my family. On document 4.02, the highways compliance of the house states that you can see from 2.4 metres back from the highway, you're going to see 35 metres to the north, 35 metres to the south. I can tell you now that is wrong. And you could actually take 50% off that, maybe more. There is no way that is correct. That needs to be recalculated. Someone needs to go out and do a risk assessment on me and my family and the dangers that this represents to us. There's also issues. You cannot cross that road safely. Me and my son walk up that side of this road every morning. We're endangering our lives because we cannot cross that road safely. We've had tractors, buses, we've had to try and escape with our lives without being seriously injured. It is disgusting that people can have this even brought to this time without this being looked at. I've contacted the council and asked them to come out, and they've refused. This isn't on. This is endangering my family and our lives. Surely in this day and age, we can't accept this. There's other problems. The house directly overlooks our house. With this house, we don't live in the front and back. We live in the side. This house is directly overlooking us. One of the parking spots, the vehicle's lights are pointing directly into our dining room and our garden. That's not right, surely. With regards to the driveway, why would the builder get the driveway put at the back, where we've got lots of land there and space, and it's all being redeveloped? Why don't they take that option? Why do they have to? The builder is basically, he's getting his proposal built at the expense of the two neighbours either side and inflicting extreme danger on our family. It's not on. Another issue. There's 3 80-year-old apple trees on that plot of land. They're going to just cut those down. There's wildlife using those trees, birds nesting in them. Surely that's not right. That is illegal to cut those down. Okay, thank you.
Do you have to take any questions to any whilst I need for you?
Yes, I could, yes.
That's the start of this before we begin. And then I've got 2 others afterwards.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. I just wanted to ask, which is the property that you and your family?
At 102 Main Road.
102, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Councillor Moore, please. And then I'll go to Councillor Hamilton.
Thank you. So can you show me on the diagram where your driveway is? Is that why you say that there's extreme danger to you? Can you explain that, please?
Yes, the extreme danger is actually this driveway is the entrance to our home. It's not just a driveway. This is our entrance. You know, we have to cross that road. It's very dangerous coming from both ways. This corner is a blind corner. There is not even, if you go back to 2.4 metres, there's not even 2 metres visibility. No, there's nothing. It's a direct indictment on our safety of my family. It is wrong. That 4.02 of highways, the 35 metres to the north and 30 metres to the south is rubbish. Rubbish. And why hasn't someone come out? I've invited them out to discuss this, and I've heard nothing.
Mr. Lawrence, we can stick to answering questions because you read your moment
Yeah.
to speak, so you have to just answer the question.
I know, I'm sorry if I'm a bit angry,
No,
but I've got a 13-year-old
Mr.
son,
Lawrence,
and it's very, very dangerous.
Mr. Lawrence, we completely understand,
Okay.
but you need to follow the rules, otherwise I'm not going to be able to let you say, and I really don't want to do that. It's exactly rubbish. Okay, Councillor Hannaford?
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Lawrence, you mentioned the apple trees in the garden. Do you or do the officers know if any of those are rare or protected species? Because we had a situation some years ago in Manor Road where the developers turned up on a bank holiday and chopped down a whole load of rare fruit trees that they weren't supposed to. So do we know what they are and are they protected? And before we do anything, I think we ought to know what they are and if they're protected.
Roger, are you able to answer that question? We've got some technical planning on that.
Thank you. They're not rare and they're not protected. So at the moment, they have a tree preservation order on, they're not in conservation area. Someone could come and chop them down now, that would be lawful, but they are not specifically a special example of a tree, so there's no justification for protecting them on the basis of how rare they are.
Excuse me.
No, Mr. Lawrence, no. I've explained to you, you can answer questions or ask you. I don't want to have to ask you to leave because you're not following the rules. I know it's frustrating, but the system will allow you to, okay? Councillor Henson, you're okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's just that I was going to ask what number, but you've already said it's to the left of the new house, proposed house. Thank you. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. Councillor Sparks, for your last question, and then we'll move into debate, okay?
Thank you, Chair. So, Councillor Moore asked where the entrance to your property was, I believe. I'm not quite sure if that's the entrance to your property. Can you show us how do you get into your property?
Through there.
Through the same driveway?
Yes, that's our entrance. To our home.
So you share the same driveway with the development?
The driveway was recently sold to the land seller. It used to belong to our house. It was the sister of the land seller. And this was all arranged before we bought the property. But that is the entrance to our home.
So how does the development obstruct you getting into your house?
Well, we've got shared driveway, shared entrance.
So, you go to the shared driveway.
Councillor Sparks, can you take off your mask? I think that might help.
Sorry. So you go through that shared driveway, and then where do you go? Because it's not clear on that plan.
Oh,
I can't see from the plan. There's a fence or a wall in the way.
So there's a path. We've got steps going up here.
Yeah.
To the entrance to our pathway.
Your house is on the right of that.
Yeah, that's our house here.
Right, okay, right, okay, that's nice.
Yeah, that's right. So we come in here, we come in across the road here, or we walk up here. Because sometimes you can't cross the road. So we have to walk along here.
I think Councillor Sutton has a follow-up question that might be helpful. It might not, but we'll try.
In an attempt to help the Chair, I wonder if anything else on Roger's pictures show more clearly the question that Councillor Sparks is trying to ask and that Mr. Lawrence is trying to answer, if that was helpful.
If you don't mind, but if you go back 2.4 metres, it's about there. Your visibility that way is zero.
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to make.
Yeah.
But is your house straight ahead here?
No.
No,
That's
okay.
We're 102, the main road.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm looking at a different plan.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. No.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lawrence.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Councillor Moore.
I'm sorry, Chair, I'm now really quite confused about which side the objector lives in relation to the development and exactly how the entrance
Be
is.
fair enough, that's for us, Roger, I think then.
I'll try. In the photographs there, the bottom right photograph is the access to, as I understand, Mr. Lawrence's house. It will also be the access to the proposed dwelling. And it's clearly substandard. The Highway Authority said it's substandard, but they've said that with the improvements that are proposed as part of this application, the improvements as such that it would be appropriate to serve both dwellings. Does that make sense?
Yes, sorry.
I'm trying to look at a map to try and work out I'm as lost as everybody else.
I thought it was the house to the left, but it is the whole of that thatched cottage, is it?
Right.
I think it's in the right.
The thatched cottage is actually subdivided, so it's more than one dwelling. But number 102, where Mr. Lawrence lives, as I understand it, is the end that's nearest to the proposed development.
Does everybody understand where?
Does everybody understand where Mr. Lawrence lives before we move on to the debate? Councillor Mitchell?
Just a final point of clarification. Are you saying, Roger, that the drive shown in the corner photograph serves or will serve two properties with vehicular access, or it currently serves one, and if this is proposed, it will serve two properties? Because Mr. Lawrence thought that how he gets there by the footpath, he didn't mention anything about vehicles. So is that that access currently used by vehicles, and in future will be used by two properties? That summation of it?
That's exactly right. And that would be not acceptable according to the Highway Authority unless there were improvements made to the visibility from the access, and that's what's being proposed.
So it's acceptable for one property, but not acceptable for two.
I've got a suggestion from Councillor Bialik in a moment that I might run past everybody, but first of all, I'm going to ask a question for clarity because I'm now very confused. On the first time this came to delegated briefing, we had a similar application in St Lloyd's where there was already an existing access, and whilst we weren't happy with the access, we were told, Devon County said, if it exists and you're only adding another house, it exists, it doesn't matter, sort of thing. So does this not fall into the same category? What they're saying is the access already exists, it's already coming onto the main road, therefore an improvement is a result, basically, rather than it what it is, because it still will continue to be vehicular access with all those problems, whether that house is built or not at the moment.
What the Highway Authority is saying is that there is current access there, it's substandard even for one dwelling. You wouldn't allow a new dwelling with an access like that now, but we're stuck with it. The additional vehicle movements by adding a second dwelling require an improvement to the visibility. You can't achieve the perfect standards, but you can achieve something that's a lot better than that's what they're saying. And the benefits of improving the visibility for the existing dwelling and another one outweigh the harm from the additional vehicle movements to the second dwelling.
So, Councillor Bialik and I spent a lot of time quite near here the other day when we were on a different site visit, and I have to agree with Councillor Bialik that there is a lot of confusion, and whilst this is only one dwelling and I've called you all out on a Tuesday night for one application, I want to defer this so that we can have a site visit and those who are interested get to go and have a look, because I think there is too much confusion here, and I think any decision we make I would not be happy with in either direction, because I don't know if I'm right. So if everybody is happy for Councillor Bialik to move that and someone to second it, thank you. I'd like to essentially adjourn the meeting, call the meeting to a close. We'll have a site visit organised and we'll bring it back to the next committee, and I'm very sorry for everybody that we've had to pull you out. You know, using Councillor Mitchell.
Could we ask the representative of Devon County Highways comes with us on the same inspection so we can clarify something?
Yeah, we'll ask them to come. Whether we can get them to come is a different situation. And to come to the meeting would be a good idea as well, yes. On which note, I'd like to call the meeting to an end. I'm very sorry. As long as you're all in agreement, yeah. Everyone was nodding to me, but I just, probably should get that information. Call this to an end. We'll have that site visit and we'll bring it to a future meeting, hopefully the next one, because I do feel we should decide this at some point, one way or another, because it's not fair on the applicants either if we don't. I was supposed to read a whole note at the beginning that I forgot to, which involved things about fire alarms and stuff, but one of the really important things it says at the bottom is that can you make sure you take all your rubbish away with you at the end. So thank you very much for coming. I'll see you all at the next meeting where hopefully we'll have this on the agenda. I'm sure Howard will be in touch about a site visit in the coming week.